Well, this was quite something. Christopher Nolan made another masterpiece which I think will not only be an important milestone for him, but also it will be one of the most important movies of this era. Epic storytelling and at the same time intimate depiction of conflicted men who had extraordinary life and made one of the most important discoveries in the human history. Is this so far movie of the year? Yes. Is this something you would like? It depends. Let's take a closer look at this brilliant movie without the spoilers, so you can enjoy it too. So, today we are talking about Oppenheimer. I love movies like A Beautiful Mind, Enigma or Theory of Everything, stories about geniuses who create remarkable work which matter, and these persons were significant figures of their time. So when Nolan introduced a movie about Oppenheimer, I was really excited, and after seeing it, man, it was even greater than I expected. Who would have thought that the film about the scientist who became famous nearly 80 years ago would be one of the most thrilling films of this year and one of the Nolan's top works? This movie is also by no means a glorification of the main character, but Nolan was trying to portray reality through the Oppenheimer's eyes. I heard from somebody that this film is like Avengers for scientists, and I can't agree more. But maybe not only for scientists, but overall for people who like thrilling storytelling, perfect biographical dramas, and films that grab your attention and holds it until the very end. This is not a history lesson, folks, but hell of a ride and an epic entertaining piece of cinematography. The film has such a visual magnitude and a powerful narrative that it pulled me in right from the start and didn't let me go until the very end. The film had all the strong components which we can find in the Nolan's work from the past. Struggle of the man, fight with the time, pressure, explosions, paradoxes or internal conflicts. These themes are so well depicted in this movie that for now it could be easily movie of the year. Story is special also in that way that it has strong atmosphere of an old film with a touch of cinema from the last century. Summarizing the life story of such an important person as Oppenheimer in one film is a big task, but Nolan kept 3 hours to capture the most important aspects of his life. It's also true that I was quite surprised how complex the main storytelling was. From time to time I have a problem with the fact that the movies have length around 3 hours, but in this case it didn't bother me in any way, because story has many intensive and emotional moments thanks to which movie has a strong momentum until the very last shot. The film progressed very quickly and I wanted more and more after each scene. This all is even more amazing when Nolan said that the film has 0 CGI shots in it. The story asks the most fundamental questions about the life, death, ethics or morality, but at the same time it is an intimate movie about the conflicted man who struggles with his life and what he has been working on. The theme of guilt appears throughout the film many times, and also there was effort to deal with the moral questions that Oppenheimer's work brings. To imagine how genius Oppenheimer was, Richard Feynman, who was part of the Oppenheimer's team during the Manhattan Project in Los Alamos, in his book talks about Oppenheimer as a person with such an intellect that the scientists who worked with him held him in a great esteem and admired his brilliant mind. And these were the greatest minds from all over the world. Oppenheimer as historical figure was somebody with a high developed sense of shame and responsibility, and these themes were perfectly captured throughout the whole movie. Cillian Murphy was mesmerizing in this role and he carried the weight of the entire film on his shoulders. Overall, the movie had an extremely high quality cast, for example Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt or Matt Damon. But Murphy's performance was an amazing acting masterclass which carried us through the whole movie. I enjoyed the most all the emotions expressed in the close-ups of his face, intimate depiction of conflicted men who struggled in many fields of his life. The fact that I went to see the movie in the IMAX is a story in itself. I feel like every actor these days is instructed to tell you to go to see a movie in the theater, but every time Nolan used the IMAX cameras, it's a really good reason to visit your local movie theater after a long time. I extremely like that Nolan, apart from the huge grandiose shots for which the 70mm format was created, also focused on close-ups of faces which gave the film an intimate feel. Murphy's emotional expressions were captivating throughout the whole time, and it gave the emotional depth that Oppenheimer's character needed. Although it might sound paradoxical, but thanks to the magnitude of IMAX, a great intimacy was achieved, which you won't have feel on a television or laptop. The close-ups on faces full of emotions were so intense that you felt as if these people were standing right in front of you and you were experiencing everything together with them. We shouldn't forget to talk also about the music, because Ludwig Göransson's soundtrack is amazing and it brilliantly combines electronic music with orchestra. From my point of view, this score is one of the most important components in the movie, because it kept the pace of the film going relentlessly even during many dialogues, to which it provides gradation. To sum it up, every time I see the art that changed my emotions, it is an extraordinary experience. This movie is one of them, and when I left the theater, I felt completely different than when I went in. Thanks to this, for me it's an exceptional movie, and I'm glad that Nolan managed to create such a masterpiece. Overall, I perceived the film as a sad story on many levels, and Nolan managed to capture all of them just brilliantly. So, what do you guys think about this piece of art? Did it have the same strong impression on you? Or maybe it didn't have enough drive for you as you expected? Let me know in the comments. If you like this content and you know someone who would like to see this video, you can let them know. For a fresh young channel it will be very appreciated. But anyway, thank you for your time and have a great day.